would first like to address our opponent's plan and then go on to support ours. So our opponent's plan is to ride an asteroid to get to Mars. Not just reach any asteroid, but one that would be coming by Earth at a speed of 25 kilometers per second. And basically the president's plan is so we hop on this asteroid, even though we don't really have the technology to do so yet, but we'll figure that out. We'll hop onto it, get there, and then hopefully the humans will survive enough to get the round trip back to Earth on that same asteroid. Okay, so that kind of sounds a little unsafe. And what is the motive of getting to Mars? Our opponent argue for colonizing Mars, but as we have restated again, the atmosphere cannot protect against the radiation because the Mars atmosphere isn't like ours, and their surface isn't like ours. So there's a lot more hazards on Mars than Earth, and it's not just that they look the same, so they can be the same. It doesn't have oxygen, which is one of the key elements that you need to survive. Also, the president's plan, so this is what he's proposing, and NASA is putting this into effect. So this technically is the status quo. This is what they're doing right now. So the opponent has to argue for, their plan has to be something more than that. Not just what NASA is working on, but something further than that. So even though we may be kind of against the president's plan, it is what it is. And you have to argue for further prioritization and further exploration. The president's plan is already being imposed, therefore it is the status quo. And we already have rovers that assess the situation of Mars, so there's no point in scientific reasons of exploring Mars. And so basically, our plan is to find a safer place besides Mars out in the solar system and beyond that we could inhabit, because we don't have the technology to inhabit a planet yet, but we do have the technology to explore our options. So that's why where our counterplan fits in, because we want to build a vehicle that will go further and beyond and explore further options while we let the technology to develop to build colonies. We don't have that technology yet, but we need to wait for that to happen. So while we're waiting, we argue that NASA should explore other places out there, like Jupiter's moon, like asteroids and asteroid belt, that are more abundant than the ones that come by Earth. To sum it up, negative is not entirely against Mars, but prioritization of Mars exploration. Thus, even if affirmative manages to uphold some benefits of Mars, there's no reason to pull additional resources into Mars exploration, and negative has won this debate. Although Mars may resemble Earth in size, the conditions we described will not be able to support a mouse. Maybe bacteria, but not a mouse. The bottom line is, Mars is not our only option out there in space. Expand our horizons. Vote negative.